So what kind of species and type of wood were we looking for here?
So it depends on the cook system. Species doesn't matter too much as long as it's green wood. We don't want any type of dead wood for the simple fact it's going to be exposed to heat at some point. So we don't want that actually catching on fire. So green wood's going to be best. For the tripod, which I really feel is a quintessential camp tool, because not only can we cook with it, but we can use it for a smoke system to smoke meat, but we can also use it for shelters, smoking hides. It's very important. So with something like this, we want long, straight sticks about 1 inch in diameter.
Okay.
Is good enough. That's going to be good and strong if it's green wood. And about 5 to 6 foot in length is most optimal. You can make them shorter, but this longer length just seems to be a little bit better.
Gives you more options. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So the process can be very simple or very complex. We're going to take the middle of the road. We're going to put a proper lashing on this.
Okay.
So if cordage was at a very minimum out in the field, you can just use 1 or 2 wraps and make it sort of work, but we'll put a good lashing on here, and then the way we're going to lash this, we can always remove that cordage when we're done.
Okay.
So it's a very simple
thing. So
thing.
we can reuse it, yeah.
Yes. So first thing we want to do is get the bottom of our sticks lined up. And again, I cut all of these very close to the same length.
Okay.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the sticks where they lay very
flat,
evenly.
Right?
Yep. And I'll take a piece of cordage that I have. Now how you start this can vary. There's no really proper way. So I'm just going to put a loop on here that has a slip knot and start to tighten this down. Now anytime we wrap around the sticks this way is a lashing, and the wrappings inside are the frappings.
Okay.
So first we're going to put a lashing. So we're going to begin to just wrap this around these sticks, and just take your time with this and get it to lay in there properly.
So we looking to bind these up really tight?
Well, you can. It depends on what project. If this was a shelter, I would really want to bind these up good and tight so it doesn't move. One option you could do to bind these up tight is take just an extra piece of stick that I gathered while I'm out there and use it as a toggle just to tighten that up. Now you see how that bunched up? We don't want that to happen. So we're going to just open that back up a little bit and use our knee right here to keep that in line. And I'm just going to tighten that down. So for every 3 lashings, 1 frapping is a good idea. So it doesn't have to be exact, but as long as we're close with that, I think it's going to hold up just fine for us. So I'm done my lashings there. I will grab my toggle again just to put a little bit of tension on that. Now I'm going to begin my frappings. So I'm going to go in between each of this and around. And this is really what's going to bind up and make this work more properly. Now you might have to play around with this a little bit to get it to
fit
work.
Between,
Yep. And I'm just going to continue. I'll put 2 frappings.
Okay. In between each one of those.
In between each one of those. And really that'll be it then at this point. So we made our lashings and our frappings. Now to finish this off, you could do several different things. We're just going to put a half hitch in here just to hold it.
Simple,
Just something simple to hold it in place. And we will be set to go. So should we give this a try now over the fire?
Let's see.
All right, so very simple, just open it up. And you can feel it's a little bit tight now, but that will adjust over time as we loosen up on that.
And this is our leftover?
Now, so we always want to make sure that we have leftover cordage because it's very simple. Then we take that toggle I was using to tighten down that lashing, and with just a very simple slip knot, so I place that simple toggle on if you'd like to grab that pot, and then we just use that bail to hold our pot in place.
Look at that.
Now the beauty of this system is, number one, we can make very fine adjustments by just sliding our tripod in. See, we got some height, or if you want to grab that leg and open that up, we can even get lower. And then if we need other type of adjustment, we can also always wrap this over the top. And we can really get that high off of the fire. And that way, if we need to simmer something, it works really well. So you can see how well this works with something.
Yeah, it's so simple and
very simple.
It's so versatile.